I'm gonna help you save 50% minimum on your food shopping. Let's go. Wagwan everyone, it's Chef Nunu, where I teach you how to make delicious food from around the world with nutrition tips and smart food shopper hacks along the way. Do you know how much money people spend on average on their food shopping? If you are a single person or a family of 4 or more, on average, the UK citizen spends about £130 to £600 per month. And when I went into shopping today, one of my lovely waitress staff said she spends £250 a week on her food shopping for her family of 5. Wow, that's £1,000 a month, guys. We need to save you money. So let's get started. Okay, one of the main problems that I see year in, year out for all the content and workshops that I do for Feed Me Good is that time restraints is one of the #1 problems. We always say we're too busy to cook, we're too tired, life gets in the way, so many things get in the way for you having to be a student or you're working or whatever you're doing, and you're like, oh my God, the last thing I want to be is in the kitchen. And especially when it's hot, you're like, oh my God, really? I want to be out of the kitchen, not here. But the thing is, you owe it to yourself to make the best food. Your kitchen should be your hospital and your pharmacy. Another thing is we have every intention of being healthy, right? We buy all these vegetables, we buy all these fruits. We're like, yeah, I'm gonna have this salad and whatever. And then the food's gone off. You're like, oh my God, I just contributed to the 68% of households, food waste. But I get it, I understand. And there's another thing about stock rotation. We don't know what's in our cupboards, guys. We have products for years ago, like sell by dates is like 5-6 years old. We leave it to the back of the cupboard. We're like, yo, wagwan in the abyss of the cupboard. We need to be investigation. Yeah, we need to go back in there and see. And sometimes we just buy too much. We buy more than what we actually need. And the last point I'd also say as well, sometimes we don't know where to shop. We don't know where to buy, where to shop, how to get your macros. What macros do you need? What proteins, fiber, carbohydrates, fats, what do you need with your vitamins to basically be healthy for whatever lifespan you're at? So either if you're a child or a teenager or an adult or going into elderly, you need to understand what types of foods you need to have to look after your whole body. Guys, I love this stuff. I think of the human body as a city and everyone has a job and all the organs are literally different jobs. Like your kidneys would literally be like, the bin people. And I just think it's a beautiful way of just matching the food to the nutrition for you to get the best food as well. So as I've told you guys about the problems, let's get into the solutions. Number 1, food audit. What you have to do is go into your cupboard, fridge, freezers, wherever you have food and drink, and work out, have I ate that this month? If I've ate or drank that food that month and it's finished, then I want to buy it again. My number 1 tip is buy what you need and top up on what you actually use. Number 2, this is the golden nugget, okay? Come closer. This is what you need to do. In Feed Me Good, we have a 3-step system, and this is going to be saving you money, moolah, okay? Number 1, you want to get family classics. That is going to be all the dishes that your family love to have. Doesn't matter what country you're from, everyone has some sort of family classics. Have those ingredients to make those dishes. That could be in our household as a Jamaican, Ghanaian and Spanish household. So we have different dishes from around these countries, but also we have a lot of dishes from Asia. So I would say that my son, he loves oxtail, so I try to buy that. Or I love chicken and we all love chicken, so we kind of buy. So we buy different things and he has different dishes, all of us together, and we contribute and we plan those dishes so we know exactly what we want. Number 2 in this little equation, you want restaurant inspired. Now listen, We understand you might want to do Deliveroo, Uber Eats, all these different places, or you want to go to different restaurants and try different food out. 100%, I'm a chef. I was certified. Boom, wicked. The problem is, we spend all this money there. You can make it at home. I'm a chef. I make all this stuff at home. So what you can do is you can actually go and see what foods you want to have and buy those ingredients. And those ingredients, you can be very smart about. You're going to be cooking it on Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday is typically the days that we go for restaurants, we go to eat out. We might go in the week, but typically those 2 days in the week is what we want to do. And the last one is going to be the game changer. It's called Wildcard meals. This stands for anything you have in your cupboard, fridge, freezer, and you're like, oh, it's kind of like, you know, going to its last legs and I need to repurpose it. You always have to think ingredients, repurpose. How many ingredients I have? How many dishes can I make out of this one product? You always want to think that. Whatever you do, don't go supermarket on an empty stomach. You will be the proud owner of aisle 6 and 5 and 4. It will not be good for you. So try to eat something before you go. Have your shopping list. Think to yourself, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I have my shopping list. I plan with my family or my friends or just myself. I know what I'm going to buy from my family class in restaurant inspired and also my wildcard meal, so I can know what to do with that. And wildcard also means is, say if I feel a bit fancy, I want a bit of something, I'm like, yo, I can cook that because I know I've got it, right? So that's what wildcard stands for. And you literally have your 3-step system, your belly full, you go on to the supermarket like, yes, man, you know, and you'll just have a good time. Okay, I want to say something as a ex-food scientist, because I used to work in manufacturing for how many years? All right, brand versus product. When we go to supermarkets, we always look at branded products like anything from Heinz, Benson, anything of that nature. But the thing what you need to think about is that in the manufacturing world, they all have the same suppliers. The cat's out the bag, people. The cat is out the bag. So when you're looking at, for example, Weetabix, and then you're thinking of the Smart Price one that might be, say, for example, Sainsbury's or whoever it might be, because the truth is we have different locations, mainly in Park Royal. That's like the mecca of the food world. And we have the same suppliers for each of the products, okay? So that means that when you buy your branded ones, you're thinking of like, you know, the name, the convenience, you know, the legacy, the brand itself is quite big. But when you actually go to the non-branded, so just the product, the ingredients itself, it's the same thing. It just be like the quantities might be different depending on what the product is. So when you go supermarket, please look at the Smart Price ones or the brand non-branded ones. But for Pacific supermarkets, not everyone's made the same, okay? Just to kind of keep that. Right, another thing I would also say is you're home now, right? This is part 2. You need to make your banging meal prep playlist. Very important. This step is essential. I love myself some freezer bag, you know. So I got these freezer bags. I got different sizes from IKEA, but you can use any brand if you want to. So I've got some cod here that I've got. I'm just going to put it straight in. So you want to lay it flat like that, yeah? You see this? 1, 2, 3, yeah? Right, that's all, yeah? Like that, okay? And you take the air out and then you basically seal it. And what's going to happen is when you come to use your product or whatever you're going to be using, use this for meat, fish, whatever you want to do with it, because I literally do for all my meat and fish. And then just kind of seal a bit out. And then what happens is when you come out, you just literally take it and you plop it out and then you just fold it over. So I'm going to put this in the freezer because fish goes off quickly. So we put it straight in now. So I got different size freezer bags. So the first one you saw, I had the fish. You could do fish or meat, whatever you want to do with that one. The second one is for my vegetables and my fruits. So for example, I've got some vegetables here. I'm actually going to make some kimchi out of this, but I want to do it for different purposes. So what I'm doing now is taking a little bit of a vegetable or vegetables. And I want to take off the core. I'm going to put it to the side. This is going to be our bag to make our stock. So all your scraps of vegetables, put them straight in here, put them into a freezer bag and put in the freezer, and then you're literally making yourself stock. So you don't need to buy stock because you're literally making your own stock. Okay, and then basically what I want to do now is I want to cut this down a little bit. I've already washed them, put them straight in here. So who needs, you know, frozen veg when you make it yourself? You know what I mean? You get a bit of vegetables, you chop that bit up, and you can literally put meat in between or some tofu if you want to. Makes very nice dishes. So once you've laid them out, you put them flat, put them straight in your freezer. What you do, you take a little bit of them, and this is your little, we can say bird's eye, but this is your little freezer bags, yeah? So you put your vegetables in here. You can kind of chop up a little bit more if you want to. You're like, oh, I want a bit of cabbage. Cabbage is good. You all love a bit of cabbage, you know what I mean? All right, so put your cabbage. You're like, oh, you know what? I want a bit of bell pepper. Get that beta carotene. It's going to be good for my eyes. So we put that one. And just put it like that. Then you're thinking, oh, you know what? I wouldn't mind a bit of mushroom. And then literally just chop that up. This is great, especially if you want to get more vegetables. You're like, oh my God, this is just long. But this is easy because you've got your music playing, you're feeling nice. You're like, yeah, Robert, play my SGXG shooting star. Yeah. You got your music playing, you're feeling nice. You see how I set the scene for you guys? Make things fun for you. Right, you got your courgette, your mushroom in there. All right, you put your scrap, you're building your scraps. And the last one I want to add a bit of carrots. I'm like, oh, you know, I want to peel my carrots. I'm top and tailing it. Putting this in here, building up my stock. Then I just take this. Then I just peel all these little scraps. Your potatoes, any vegetables. And if you don't want to make stock, you can put it for compost. Like a natural compost for your fruit and vegetables. Like how amazing is that? Eggshells, I absolutely love it. I literally put the eggshells in my plants and they're like, Mom, you're making me feel good. Banana skins, guys. Oh, banana skins. You know, boil up that with a bit of water and literally put in your plants with the water or the rice water. Oh, your plants will be so happy. You want to be growing stuff, guys. So you want to cut in half and then literally do that. Now, if you find it rocks like that, yeah, the trick is you cut that bit off, you lay it flat. Can you see that? And then you just kind of keep going. Now, your fingers, I mean, I want it to be chunky because I like my vegetables different ways. Yeah. And one key vegetables, like people, we're not trying to have no perfect vegetables. Make it fun, guys, okay? So you got one for your different vegetables, your whatever vegetables you got, you put them all in there. So your spring onion, your onion tub, whatever it is, you put it in there, yeah? You get the ice cubes and you put the ice cube tray, you put your herbs in there with some water or olive oil. And then this is for when you need vegetables. You just take out the freezer, steam it, boil it, and you've got veg. Now, other products that I love, and I'll be honest with you, yes, I'm a brand ambassador for IKEA, but it's not because of that. It's because I'm very particular about my products that I buy, right? And the purpose of them. So, for example, this one is great because I can put my spices in there, my salt, my pepper, and I just grind it. This one, these two are the same, and I basically use them to make my own seasonings. And I think it's important to know how to make your own seasonings. Like go get the whole spices, dry roast them, which is basically put in a frying pan with no oil for a few seconds, and then you roast them these sides, and then you grind it and you put it in here with a bit of like sea salt, Celtic sea salt. I would used to say Himalayan, but now Celtic is actually better. And you literally put that, and that's your spices. Another thing that I love is these. These are so helpful, especially for packaging. Like you can just clip them onto your packaging and they just help you preserve your food, which I absolutely love these. Another one, these ones are really cool as well. These ones basically go over your vegetables. So kind of your onion, your tomato, whatever it is, and they basically seal it in so you're not going to have like them going off. Another thing that I love is just having different jars. You don't need to have any branded jars. Like this one was a jar from rice pudding in Spain, and I just used them to make like different sauces. Another thing I'd also say as well is like, not sponsored, any of these products you see is not sponsored, it's just like knowing where to shop. You need to divide and conquer your food shopping. So what I mean by that is that you need to know where I need to buy it in bulk. I always go kind of Costco with that one, or I might go to like my fishmongers or my butchers, and I basically buy in bulk for my meat and fish, and then I'll get other products that I need, so like fruit and vegetables. I mainly get mine from Waitrose, if I'm being honest with you, but it's just to do with like quantity and quality. Or you can go to Aldi, Sainsbury's, you know, Lidl's, any of those ones as well. When you comes to products itself, you have to think to yourself, like, if I have one product, for example this, and you've got 10 varieties of the product, it's going to be price matched to the how many varieties you have. But if you just have one of the products, so for example Lidl's and Aldi's, they always have like just one of tomato sauce with, you know, one flavor or another flavor, but it's not like 10 variations of the same things. You have to really think about that. But you know, like this is fine, it's own brand and it does the job. Do you understand? Like, it's not about always having branded products. Really, really important. Another thing I'd also say is, like, I bought these in bulk, so I had 3 of them, and they will be cheaper than me buying just one. So you have to really think to yourself, like, this is going to be good for me to make my own made tomato sauce, or to have, like, my mother-in-law, she gave me this really cool recipe which I will share shortly, with eggs, and it tastes like pizza, and it's just a great way of getting protein. It's just delicious. Another thing I also say for women, like, use different jars to store your food in. So this is my protein powder, and I use it every day, and I match it with my, not sponsored, but with my collagen, which is really important, especially if you're a woman over the age of 25. You really want to be having good protein, good fiber, good collagen as well, like really, really essential for your body, for your bones, your face, your skin, all of that. Another product that I absolutely love, guys, you don't have to get this if you have like intolerant to coconut, but as I'm gluten intolerant and dairy intolerant, for me it's really essential to have products that they taste amazing and I can repurpose them to make beautiful dishes. So this is like Naturals coconut yogurt. It's one of my favorites. I actually got this from Costco. The thing when you have to think about it is that this one is, let me show this, the size is 1 kilo, right? Where's the size? Here it is, 1 kilo. Okay, so in other supermarkets it can be £5.50. I've even seen it to be £6, and it's like 600 grams. You really want to buy things in bulk in certain places, and I was able to get this for like £4.49 for 1 kilo. So really, really good. And that's what I was saying to you guys about knowing where to buy your food shopping. You have to divide and conquer. So you may want to even go down to even Billington's market or a market and try and get, like, you know, a lot of the produce. I divide up my food shopping between like my Asian food shopping that I go to like an Asian supermarket, and I'll try and get my bits from there, and I'll buy in bulk as well for like the months ahead. When it's my Caribbean food, like, you know, my ethnic foods, I will go to like my local and basically get my yam, my green banana, my plantain, my sweet potato, which I absolutely love, and my pumpkin. Wah! Like, that's an everyday situation. And then for other things, I will go to other supermarkets, or I'll go to other local places, and I'll get my fruit and vegetables. And I basically just come in and divide and conquer as well. But it's really important for you to just literally utilize your freezer bags, because this is going to be your saving grace. A lot of people don't always use this. So like, they'll buy their food shopping, they put it in the fridge, and it goes off. Another thing I would say, as I'm talking about the fridge, please clean your fridge. Take 1 part bicarbonate soda or lemon and put with 10 parts water or vinegar even, and just literally clean out your fridge every 2 weeks. You need to have the old food at the front and the new food at the back. You need to have one shelf for like your for marinades or leftovers and stuff like that, like, you know, you're cooking for the next day. And also make your sauces and marinades. That's another point. Sauces and marinades are going to save you so much time in the kitchen. You're going to have so much fun. Imagine you got like your fish, you got a marinade for that, you put that thing, put it straight in the air fryer, and you're like, chef's kiss, dinner is ready. You have to think like, how can I have minimum effort for maximum result? if you can, try to incorporate like more fish. So oily fishes, especially for brain development for children and adults alike. Yes, so just get literally, like I said, own brand, doesn't matter of, you know, the product itself. Another thing I will say to you as well is resistant starches. So this one is amazing because if you like rice, if you like rice, pasta and bread, the best thing to do is either make some rice, put some grains if you want to, freeze it. You actually change the composition of the rice. You make the starches more increased, which makes the sugar lower and it's easy to digest. And you're also giving yourself more fiber, which is helping your gut bacteria to grow nice and beautiful. Okay, you really want to have more fiber, guys. We're not having enough fiber by our fruit and vegetables. We should really be increasing our vegetables. Our vegetables are life, guys. This is what's going to keep us healthy. It doesn't matter if you're vegan, vegetarian, you just want to incorporate more vegetables and have them as the start of the show. And when it comes to your meals, look around. Like, I do so many different dishes on this YouTube channel. Please subscribe, but also, you know, it's important to look and see what foods around the world that are vegetarian or are vegan and have fun with them. Like, you'll learn so much. I always learn so much, you know. Turn off your devices, lock away your phone, your tablet, you don't need it. Set your table, put your plate and your cutlery, your glass, set the mood and have a meal together. We get so distracted by the TV and our devices that we don't even listen to the cues of our stomach telling us that we're full. It's really important to have that family time or couple time or even alone time and actually just have your meal set out nicely for you. No distractions, and like, talk to the person in front of you. Don't be on the phone, don't be on the devices. Talk to them. How was your day? How was the highlight, the low light of your day? What would you know? Just talk, normal conversations. That's one thing that I really appreciate of my mother-in-law. Every time, every meal, she sets the table. She sets the table with the cloth. She puts the plate down, she has her napkin, she has her cutlery, and we just talk. And all of us, it doesn't matter if we have a language barrier, it doesn't matter because we're communicating, we're having fun, we're enjoying each other's company. So whatever you do, follow these tips. I hope they help you. Your kitchen is designed for you to have the best restaurant, the best hospital, the best pharmacy. You deserve the best health. And these tips are going to help you not only save money, but also be healthy too. So I'll see you in the next video, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Bye guys. See you later.